Hey all, let's study breathing mechanism. Alright, what does breathing means? Let's see. What is breathing, bacha? What is breathing? One inhalation and one exhalation. One inhalation and one exhalation is breathing. So inhalation plus one exhalation is equal to a breathe. One breathe, one inhalation plus one exhalation. Inhalation is also known as inspiration. And for exhalation, we can also use a term which is expiration. Got it? If I talk about an adult person or an adult human at rest, what would be its breathing rate? Adult human at rest, क्या होगा उसका breathing rate? That is 12 to 18 times per minute, बच्चा. All right, 12 to 18 times per minute. Got it? So in an adult human, if it is at rest, the breathing rate will be 12 to 18 times per minute. Now, in order to perform this breathing or its mechanism, we will be requiring two muscles, bacha. One are the rib muscles and the other will be diaphragm muscles. Alright, so we need rib muscles as well as diaphragm muscles in order to perform what? In order to perform the mechanism which is there behind this exhalation as well as inhalation. Got it? So involvement of ribs and diaphragm is there. Alright, now let's see how this mechanism is actually taking place. How inhalation is performed and how exhalation is performed. What are the changes which this ribs and the diaphragm are showing? Alright, let's explore that, bacha. So first, we are having inhalation or the inspiration here. So in order to occur this inhalation or inspiration, what we need, ribs will be needed. So rib muscles are involved, bacha. Rib muscles are also called intercostal muscles. Rib muscles are intercostal muscles. And we are having one more muscles which are involved that are of diaphragm. So we are having diaphragm muscles here. They are phrenic muscles, bacha. What are they? They are phrenic muscles. Got it? Now what happens to this? But before going into that, let's see where diaphragm is and what it is exactly doing. Okay, if I talk about a human, so human is having majorly two cavities in the body. Human possess two cavities in the body. So what are those two cavities? One is the chest or thoracic cavity, bacha. One is the chest or thoracic cavity and the other one is abdominal cavity. Okay, these two cavities, chest cavity having respiratory system, your lungs, and the abdominal cavity having digestive system and many more systems. This also includes other systems. Okay, so what is the muscular structure which is actually separating this chest cavity or the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity? That very structure is the diaphragm, which is the muscular structure. This is the diaphragm, which is the muscular structure, bacha. Okay, this diaphragm is actually separating, this is the muscular structure. This is actually separating chest cavity from abdominal cavity. This diaphragm. Is it visible? Okay, now see here. We are having diaphragm, which is actually a muscular structure, and the ribs having surrounded with the muscles. Alright, so what exactly happened here is, bacha, these rib as well as diaphragm muscles, they contract. Intercostal muscles also contract and these phrenic muscles, they also contract. Now these two muscles, they are contracting. With their contraction, what is exactly happening? The ribs, they are moving. Inhale. They are moving upward and outward. They are moving upward and outward. When rib muscles contract, ribs move upward and outward. At the same time, phrenic muscles contract and they cause this diaphragm to become flat. They cause this diaphragm to become flat. Actually, diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure. It's a dome-shaped structure. But when contraction of their muscles occur, they become flat. Got it? Let's see what is exactly happening. Let's see that. See here, bacha. We are having ribs at normal position. And we are having diaphragm which is dome-shaped. This is the normal. Now, when contraction of ribs, the rib muscles, as well as the contraction of diaphragm muscles occur, what happens? Ribs, they move upward and outward. Ribs moving upward and outward. Got it? Ribs moving upward and outward. And our diaphragm, with the contraction of phrenic muscles, diaphragm is becoming flat, bacha. From dome-shaped to flat. Okay, what is happening with this? The space inside this chest cavity. What is this? This is chest cavity or the thoracic cavity. Got it? So space inside this chest cavity increases. Alright, more space in here. Now what happens inside the chest cavity? Space increases inside the chest cavity. Got it? More space means more volume. More volume inside the chest cavity. Now volume is in inverse relation with the pressure. If volume is more inside, what will be less? Pressure will be less inside. Pressure will be less inside this chest cavity in comparison to what? In comparison to outside. In comparison to the air which is present outside. We can write that. In comparison to the outside air. That means outside air is having what? Outside air is having what? High pressure. So outside air is having high pressure. Outside air is having high pressure in comparison to inside where pressure is low. Now movement will take place from high to low. Movement will take place from high pressure area to low pressure area. That means outside air is high with high pressure in comparison to inside chest cavity where the pressure of the air is low. So high pressure region to low pressure region, we inhale. So what will happen? Air will rush in. Am I right? What will happen? Air will rush in. This is how we inspire or inhale. Got it? So what is exactly happening? Ribs and diaphragm are involved. The muscles are contracting and causing ribs to move upward and outward, diaphragm to become flat. With this, the space inside the chest cavity is increasing. Volume is increasing. More volume. That means the pressure of the air inside will be less in comparison to outside. Outside high pressured air in comparison to inside chest cavity low pressured air. So what will happen? Air will move from outside to inside. It will rush in and we are able to inhale or inspire. Okay, inspiration is also inhalation, na? Got it? This is how inhalation is taking place. Now let's explore what is happening when we exhale during exhalation or expiration. Let's see that. Okay, very interesting. So now we are on to exhalation or expiration. What is happening? Same bacha, what we are having? We are having rib muscles which will be acting and we are having diaphragm muscles which will be acting here. Okay, now what happens here? What are the rib muscles? You can write intercostal muscles. And what are the diaphragm muscles? Phrenic muscles. Okay, chaliye. Now what exactly happens here is there the ribs and the diaphragm muscles were contracting. Here the ribs and the diaphragm muscles, they are relaxing. They are relaxing here. They are showing relaxation. Now, when the ribs or the diaphragm muscles are relaxing, what is happening to the rib after the rib muscle relaxation? The ribs are moving. They are moving. See here, inhalation, exhalation. They are moving inward and downward. Am I right? You can check. They are moving inward and downward. And what is happening to this diaphragm now? Now diaphragm is becoming dome shaped again. It was flattened during inhalation. Now it is again becoming dome shaped. Flat se dome ho jayega. Becoming dome shaped. Got it? Let's see this. So what we were having when we inhaled or inspired, what was there? The condition was this: upward and outward ribs. And what was the what was the position of diaphragm? Diaphragm was flat. Okay, now what is happening? Relaxation of both these muscles are taking place. So ribs are coming back to their normal position. How? They are upward and outward. So after relaxation, they will be moving inward and downward. Okay, and this diaphragm, it will become dome shaped again. With this, what is happening, bacha? With this, the space inside the chest cavity is very less now. This is the chest cavity. Okay, now let's write what is there inside chest cavity now. So the space inside chest cavity is very less now, low. If space is less, that means volume is less, and this is in inverse relationship with pressure. So if volume is less, pressure is more inside. Pressure is more inside. Okay. In comparison to what? In comparison to what? In comparison to outside air, where pressure is low. Okay. Now see here, bacha. You all must have watered the plants in your garden using pipe. Hai na? So when you are watering. When you press that pipe, the pipe is having lumen. When you reduce that lumen, it is having lumen. When you reduce that lumen, you press that pipe, the water go far. The water go far now. Why? Because you have decreased the volume. You have decreased the volume. Less volume, high pressure. So pressure is more. Got it? ऐसे भी समझा जा सकता है इस चीज को. So volume come. When volume is less, pressure will be high. So pressure is high inside in comparison to outside air where it is low. So what will happen? What will happen? Inside high pressure, outside low pressure. So air will move from high pressured area to low pressured area, inside to outside. So what will happen? Air will rush out. So you will exhale. This is inhalation. Exhalation, air going out, exhalation or expiration. Understood? So in case of inhalation, our diaphragm and rib muscles, they are contracting. But in case of exhalation or expiration, rib and diaphragm muscles, they are relaxing and they are coming back to their normal position. With that, space inside chest cavity is decreasing and pressure is increasing inside of air in comparison to outside. So from inside high pressure area to low pressure area, which is outside, the air will rush out. This is how we expire, we exhale. Okay, so what is breathing? One, inhalation, and one, what is? मुंह से exhale कर दिया मैंने. So what is breathing? One, inhalation, and one, exhalation. Okay. So this is very easy and we are done with the breathing mechanism. So thank you everybody and bye-bye all.